what's up out there, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. All right, I know it's been a minute, but you know, sometimes you get a little bit busy. Anywho, let's get on with this video. All right, this is one of those ones that I didn't intend on making, but I had to tell you about it because whenever I come up on a good deal, I'm gonna let you all know about it. Whenever I come up on a way to save some money, you know, I'm gonna bring it out to you and show you. So I went to Walmart a couple of days ago, and because I kept seeing these videos about this Hyper Tough. It's a high torque, you know, the cordless battery operated impact wrench, and this is a 1/2-inch one, okay? And they've been talking about it, you know, and talking about how good it is. It's a newer one. This is the second generation from the first one that they put out. So I said, hey, you know, I kind of need something like that. I mean, I got impact wrenches, but I want you to see, or the old ones that hook up to my compressor, okay? So the only way that I can operate this, I have to have my compressor on, you know? And sometimes, you know, that could be painful going through the trouble. You got to hook your compressor up. You got to let the air, let it fill up, and then, you know, you use it. And then sometimes, you know, you hear all that noise from the background. But, you know, they got battery operated stuff out now that people are using. I see the Milwaukees and, you know, the real big expensive ones, the Milwaukees, the Waltz, the Makitas. So they've been talking about, I saw a few comparisons that they were using on the Hyper Tough wrench, and that's this one right here. So I went and bought it, and I know the price said $99, okay? But I didn't pay $99 for this, all right? I paid $79 for this, and I'm gonna tell you why I paid $79. And this is the $99 one. This is the brushless. As you can see, it says it right there. This is the brushless 1/2-inch. This is a 1/2-inch high torque cordless impact wrench. This is the big one, and I'll show you. It's right here. This thing weighs about like 7 or maybe 8 pounds. I'm gonna put it on the scale to show you when I'm finished that how heavy this thing is. I mean, this is a heavy sucker right here. You hit somebody upside the head with this alone, you kill them, seriously. But so I finally broke down to get one. Now, back here about over a year or so ago, I bought an impact wrench off of Amazon, okay? And it's a 1/2-inch one, and it claimed to have something like 700 to 800 feet of torque on it. You know, the what do you call those numbers? The foot pounds, 700-800 foot pounds, which was this one right here, okay? And this one is a DDAD, and it's a 20-volt battery in this thing, and it works, but it just didn't work taking my wheels off because it didn't have enough power to it, okay? So what I did was, I never used it on that, but I use it on other stuff on the vehicle, and it works just fine. And I think this one cost me like 89 bucks, something like that. Now, this one, the new one, this Hyper Tough, I got this one for $79. I'm gonna tell you the reason how I got it for $79. Okay, so I went to one of the more undesirable Walmarts that's not too far from here, from where I live, you know, and you know what I mean by the more undesirable ones, are the ones with the people that work on the inside of it. They kind of feel that when you come in the store, that if you got a question about something that you're bothering them, you know, you're disturbing their thinking or something like that, not realizing that, you know, you coming in that store spending money keeps them with a job. They don't get that. But that's how some of them act in the store. But I actually ran up on a couple of them that did not act that way, okay? The guy that came over, because they lock everything up in those stores now. They got everything locked up behind the glass, and which is fine. Because if it was my store, I'd lock everything up. Plus, I'd have armed security guards up in there. And somebody walked out that door without paying for something, especially with force, like the guy I saw one day. I'll tell you about that in another video. Hey, you know, hey, gun them down. Do whatever you got to do, okay? Because this is a business that you're trying to run. But these people these days, they don't just come in the store and just try to sneakily steal something by sticking something up under their coat. They'll walk right out the door with it right in front of your hand. If you try to stop them, they'll cuss you out or threaten you and just walk right out the door. And I think that's bullshit, okay? In my opinion, pardon my French, but it really is. But let's get back to the subject at hand, okay? This was marked at, it was sitting in front. When the guy opened it up, it says $79. So when I took it over to the counter, it rang up $99. And the guy at the counter was, you know, he was one of the ones that worked there that act like you're bothering him, okay? So, you know, I love when I run up on, well, I don't love it, but when I run up on somebody like that, I'm tired of it, you know, and I'll like, without making a scene, you know, hey, I'll put them on blast without making a scene. Because I told this one guy, I said, hey man, look at me when I'm talking to you. You know, don't look the other way. Look at me. You know, that's how you address somebody, especially a customer. So the girl who was the manager came back over and she had the guy go and look the price up, and the guy was real nice. He was really cool guy. And he came back and he said, you know what? They had put it in front of the wrong item. He said, but we're going to go ahead and honor that price of $79 and let you have it for that. You know, how many times do people do that in stores? They don't do that stuff that much no more. So, but that's what he did. He did that, and I appreciate it. So I got this for $99. That was $99. I got it for $20 off because they put it. Some very smart person in the store stuck it in front of a price where it didn't matter. And I see that a lot in those stores they go into, because the people that they have working in there really act like they don't care. They'll take it and just stick the crap up anywhere. And, you know, the minute you come to the counter, you know, to ring it up, it rings up higher than what, you know, than what you grabbed it for, what you thought it was for. And if that's the case, then yeah, they should honor that price. Because if not, then, you know, that's kind of like false advertisement. But anyway, we're going to get to the subject at hand, okay? I've got the F-150 behind me. I got the, you know, you see, nothing's jacked up. I haven't taken any wheels off or loosened any wheels up. But I'm going to try this out on here to see if I can get this to break one of those lugs, okay? But before I try this one, I'm going to try the one that I bought a little while back, okay? I bought this one a couple of years ago. And I'm telling you now, this one didn't work. If it works now, I'll be shocked, really, and surprised if it does work. So if I can get this on here, man. Okay, so I got this in place. I'm gonna bring this camera over a little bit closer so you can see what's happening, okay? All right, now I hope I got this up here far enough. And like I said, I'm gonna use the D-Dad, the one I bought over a year or so ago, and see if I can get that to break one of the lug nuts. Let's try this one right here at the top, okay? Oh my God. It broke the lug nut. it really did, look. Okay, all right, so the D-Dad broke it. It took the lug nut off, all right? It said it had enough torque power, but I remember using it last year on my other wheels, and it wouldn't get it to move. But this time it moved. All right, so, okay, that's a good thing. I'm not upset. I'm not upset at all. It's a good thing. But let me get this out. I think that's a little bit stuck up in there. All right, so now I'm at a loss for words, okay? The ID-Dad, if you can see that, actually breaks the lugs. It's got enough torque power on it to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to demonstrate the hyper what do you call this thing? The Hyper Tough, when the Walmart brand of it. And wow, I mean, this putting this thing on this 1-inch piece is kind of rough here. Okay, so now you see I got that on there, and this slides on here on the wheel lock like that. And I'll get that back in place. But before we tighten that up, before we put the torque on it, we're going to tighten it down. Always hand tighten down before you put any torque on it. You don't want to strip up your nut. Okay. Then once we put this on here and go like that. Okay. And that torque that back in place. So now what we'll do, let's take one more off, like this one down here, and see that if the Hyper Tough takes it off, just like the other one did. There it goes. Took it off. Yep, it broke it. I'll put this on it, and you can see it. See it turning? All right. So now, and there's the nut right there. Now, the part I love about this is, I love that I don't have to hook my compressor up every time now. And this thing, it comes, hold up. Well, let's put this back in place first. And then I'll take you through everything with the Hyper Tough. Okay. So we'll put that, got that screw all the way on there in place. Tighten down some. Then afterwards, then we'll put a little torque on it. Here we go. Okay. All right. Now, I think, this is what I think. If I'm wrong, guys, leave this in the comments, okay? That you're supposed to torque these bolts down to like about 150 or 160, something like that, 150, 160 foot-pounds. I mean, you know, back in the old days, all we did was we put our pressure on them with our crowbars and like that, and put a little on it, and then we have them down, tighten up. We never had a problem with this stuff popping off. But let's take a look at this Hyper Tough box and see how this thing works. All right, so here's the box with the Hyper Tough impact wrench. It says it's 20-volt battery in it, okay, and it's a battery. It's a 4-hour battery with a 2-hour charge. It takes 2 hours to charge the thing up. Comes with also a heavy-duty belt clip. Let's see, the chuck size on this thing is a 1/2 inch. Okay, this is the big one. Let's see, the no load speed is from 0 to 1800 RPMs, and the impact rate is from 0 to 2,400 BPMs. The maximum torque, it says on it, comes out to 826 foot-pounds. I don't believe that, but I don't have anything to test that with. But I don't believe that it's got that much foot-pounds on it. Breakaway torque says 900 foot-pounds, okay? Now, it may have 900. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Now, the product in here, it says it weighs 7 pounds and, 7.5 pounds, which is 3.2 kilograms. And I say, it's not Harbor Freight, okay? I'm stuck on Harbor Freight. I say that Walmart is upping their game just like Harbor Freight has been upping their game, because a lot of people are doing the work themselves, and a lot of people cannot afford the $300 to $400 impact wrench. I mean, Milwaukee has this fuel one that costs you like 300 something bucks, closer to 400 bucks. But, that's for somebody. I wouldn't buy this if I had to use this for a living. If I had to work with this thing every single day and use it, because it wouldn't last. I don't believe it would. Not the price. Because, you get what you pay for. But me, I'm not taking off tires and stuff out here every day. I'm not doing that. Okay? Sometimes I take off wheels and tires maybe like once a month. All right. Now, if I was doing this every day, changing tires, for people and stuff like that, then I wouldn't be talking about this for the regular consumer, because, you need something a little bit more heavier duty, something that's going to keep going. Because if you use that, like, on an everyday basis, I wouldn't expect for this thing to last that long. I really wouldn't. Although Ryobi, now I've used my Ryobi. I've had my Ryobi impact wrenches for, oh my God, maybe about 7 or 8 years, and them things are still running. They are still going strong, and they still do for me what I need them to do for me. So, this is a 2-for-1, y'all. This really is, because, this Hyper Tough, impact, and it is brushless. You can see this back there. It is brushless. Okay, and I'm telling you, man, this thing is really, really heavy. Now, it says 7 pounds, and I believe that's 7.5 pounds without the battery. You put the battery on there, I mean, you're getting damn near a whole another pound. But, man, this thing is heavier than holding a 5-pound bag of sugar. Seriously, it is really heavy, okay? And all this right here is plastic. The front part is metal, so, and it's got to be. So, but, hey, it's pretty quiet. You can hear it. It's got the 3 indicator. It's got a light on the bottom of it, which is down here. And it runs at 3 speeds. I got it on the 3rd speed. Now, when I first started taking this off, I had it on 1, and I didn't realize that. But now I got it on 3. I had it on 1 at first, and now it's on 3. All right? So let me hit that one more time so you can see that guys are light up on 3. Okay. So I say goodbye for those of you that are on a budget. Go to Amazon. Check this thing here out. I've had this thing for over almost 2 years now. And this is the 80 Dad, whatever you want to call this thing. But it's an Amazon one, and it works. And this is a 1/2 inch. It's got a 1/2 inch, chuck on this thing. It's got a 1/2 inch on it. So, and it worked. It broke a loose. It actually broke a loose, my lugs on that. So I'm kind of impressed with it. So this goes to show that until you really check something out or get into it, you don't know what it will do. I had no idea that this thing would break those lugs loose, and especially on my truck. I had no idea that would do it. Okay, I knew it would do it on my 300, but not on my truck. I didn't think, because those lugs, you see how big these tires are. These tires, wheels weigh like about 110 pounds a piece. So the Hyper Tough Walmart. Hey, like I said, this is a non-advertising. This is not. I'm not advertising anything for Walmart, because Walmart, nobody else is paying me anything. I'm here for my viewers, for those of you out here who can't afford the expensive stuff. You can still get something that can work for you. You can. You don't have to break the bank all the time. They say you get what you pay for, but sometimes, I'm telling you now, sometimes you can get just what you need with just what you got. I just made that up, okay? So, hey, please, y'all, smash those like buttons, hit those thumbs up, the like buttons and notification buttons. I'm trying to get up to 2,000 viewers. I'm working my tail off here trying to do it, so please help me out. It helps for the channel to grow, I just need your help. And I thank for those of you who do support me. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day. We got a bunch of snow coming in here again in the St. Louis area. So if those of you are out there in this area, get ready for it, because winter ain't over with. Remember, Punxsutawney Phil, the beaver, gopher, whatever you want to call him, that saw a shadow, said there's going to be 6 more weeks of this stuff. So, hey, what are you going to do, huh? We'll see you next time. Peace.